Hi, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, and in this video we're going to walk through the basics of buying a motorcycle helmet. Really, this video should be your guide to how to choose where to start, what you need to invest, and really how to tailor the fit of your helmet and the application into what model or what brand really will suit you best. We have a lot of customers that call and say, hey, I'm new to riding, I'm just getting into the sport. What are the things that I should look for when choosing my motorcycle helmet? This is going to be that video that hopefully will connect the dots and allow you to make a great informed decision outside of always being able to just give us a ring and have us walk you through it anyway. So basically what you're going to see in front of me is a mishmash of helmets, from entry level to what I would consider premium, all the way up to the Arai stuff, which is absolutely going to be super premium. Basically, as you walk through the range, I would say that there are a lot of helmets in that $100 to $250 range that are going to be what I would consider everyday helmets that will do a lot of things well. Then from $250, $300 up to about $500, you'd have what I consider premium helmets, which are going to be upgraded safety standards, probably have some more features to them, and we'll get to that, and then potentially do a lot of more specific things. From there, you really get into what I would consider hardcore helmets. And 90% of the time, some of these hardcore $500 plus helmets are just going to be overkill for everyday riding. But there are instances where someone, if they're on the track, if they're dual sport riding, if they're adventure touring, if they're going on very long trips, it could come into play that a helmet like that is going to give you the best chance to be comfortable and safe in that extreme condition. So let's start out talking about, as you spend more money, it's really making an investment into more money, where that goes into a helmet. So here are the things you have to think about. A helmet is going to be some level of certification. To be sold in the United States, it has to be DOT certified to be legal for road riding. Now, in states that don't have a helmet law, you can basically wear anything you want on your head, and you'll see some people with those novelty helmets. There's nothing we sell at RevZilla.com or in our store that's not DOT certified, Department of Transportation certification. And that is, if you are in a state that requires a helmet law and you are pulled over, you need to be wearing a helmet that's DOT certified. From there are other safety standards. The big one that people talk about a lot is called SNELL. Most race helmets, to go on for a track day or racing, you need to be SNELL certified. SNELL has a few different tests, and we can get into it further, but it's a puncture test, it's a shearing test, it's multiple impacts in the same spot. But really, basically, all helmets in the States are going to be DOT, and then SNELL would be the next big leap up. And it actually costs a lot of time, effort, and research and development to certify and have SNELL tested. SNELL testing and certification is not free. So when you see a helmet that's going to be SNELL certified, it'll typically be much more protective than something that's basically DOT. But that helmet will probably cost more because they've invested more to test that helmet. In the middle, you start to see some other ranges of certifications. We see some European certifications coming in. You're hearing a lot these days about ECE 2205. You hear a lot about the world standard on a lot of the Icon stuff. What that means is there are different European safety standards. For instance, Germany is has a very strict safety standard to be ECE 2205 compliant on their helmets. So what you'll see is something that's ECE 2205, while technically that standard is not recognized in the States, if it lives up to that standard, you know you're getting a better, more protective helmet than something that's basic DOT. So after you think about certification, features, the type of riding that you're doing, and the type of dollar range you want to invest in a helmet, the next thing you really need to think about is fitment. From a fit standpoint, there are a couple things to consider. The first one to consider is your head shape. Each helmet's going to fit slightly different. When I say each helmet, brands fit slightly different, and then models between brands or within brands can fit different as well. To get your best potential for helmet fitment, even at home, what you really need is just a helper, and you need a soft tape measurement. And what you want to do is you want to measure the widest part of your head, the circumference. Typically it's between your eyebrows and about an inch north of your eyebrows. What you do is, Patrick, I'm going to send you to the left here. Patrick's a medium oval head shape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come around the back here, bring this guy in. Patrick, position it at the widest part of your head. I'm going to come out and I'm going to take a measurement. Now, based on that measurement, when you take it in inches or take it in centimeters, you can go back to the size chart for any of the helmet brands, and you can see bottom line of kind of where you're going to fall in. The next thing you want to consider is the shape of your head. Most people are going to be an intermediate oval head. You look at Patrick, you look at myself, we're both intermediate ovals. What that means is our head's slightly longer front to back than it is side to side. And when I say that, imagine standing directly above your head and looking down. It's the direction forward to back and side to side. Most people, the intermediate oval is going to be slightly longer front to back. Now there are extremes at both ends. Typically, even from entry-level helmets all the way up to super premium, you tend to see more intermediate ovals. In some of the more entry-level helmets, you'll see more round heads, because a lot of people tend to think that, you know, they go for the masses, a round head shape, and what that's going to be is a helmet that's almost equally long front to back as it is side to side. They call that sometimes an Earth-shaped head. And the other end of the spectrum, you're going to see a very extreme, a long profile head or a long oval head. And what that's going to be is significantly longer front to back than it is wide side to side. And what those heads tend to be is long and thin. So thin on the sides, long front to back. And as we're doing this, you know, check out the helmet graphic that we're overlaying here. Now basically what you also need to think about is each brand's going to fit slightly different. If you're curious about the brand or around the fit, definitely read the reviews on the site. You can give us a ring and talk through the type of sizing based on what you're going to be. But what we want to focus in on is how well it's going to fit around the crown of your head. Most helmets have replaceable cheek pads. So how it fits in the face, you can either go larger or smaller to accommodate in here. But what you want to think about is the way the helmet fits out of the box around the top of your head. When you get it, the day you get it, the day that you put it on, it's going to be the tightest that it will ever fit. Most helmets break in about 10%. What you want to feel for is tightness. You want to feel even pressure around your entire head. If you don't feel even pressure, if you feel hot spots on the side or hot spots on the front or back, after about 10 minutes, you start to feel like you're getting a headache, you probably have either a helmet that's too small or a helmet that's not the right shape for your head. Don't hesitate to give us a shout. We'll walk you through that. But basically, when buying a helmet, you want to take an accurate measurement. Use the size charts. Remember, most people out there are wearing a helmet. If they fit it themselves, it's typically too big than where they're supposed to be. Lean on us. If you're in between sizes, give us a shout. We'll help you delineate whether to stay with the size or go up to the next size. But most likely, we're going to recommend go to the size that you're closest to on the bottom end. You want a helmet to fit snug. You want to be able to adjust those cheek pads for the perfect fit, but you have to remember it's the circumference that's the most important piece. So take your measurement, grab a soft tape or a piece of string, use a ruler, come up with that size, figure out what approximate shape you're going to be, and then from there it should be very easy to break down what size helmet or what shape helmet you're going to be on our website. We have it clearly marked how these helmets are going to fit. In each detailed video, we talk about the fitment or the shape of those helmets as well. So basically what you see in front of me here is a mix of what I would consider our staple everyday riding helmets. Some are going to be more aggressive than others, some have some different features. These are all helmets that are going to be from the $80 range, starting with these Sparks that are very basic but do a great job, all the way up to around, I would say around $200, where you're going to top off with the Vortex, with the Icon, and then potentially with the Scorpion. So moving into the premium range of helmets, and I would consider premium anywhere from $200 to about $450, $500. We're going to see there are some other helmets from brands that we've already covered in the kind of the basic everyday riding category. But what you see is helmets get lighter. They're more inclined to be Snell certified. They're going to become more ergonomic. They're going to be quieter, and they're going to flow more air. Again, they become more specific for the application. So whether it's a helmet for racing or whether it's a helmet for dual sport riding or some crossover enduro style riding, what you see is more features start to roll out. So for this last rung of helmets that you see a lot actually in front of me, I'm going to call it super premium. Think this is your top shelf vodka. So as you walk through these helmets, you're going to see extremely specific helmets. This is going to be your race replicas. This is going to be your hypermiling, extreme long distance touring helmets. These are going to be the lightest and strongest helmets that we carry. Almost everything up here is either Snell 2005 or the newer ones are Snell 2010. They're going to be the strongest, they're going to be the lightest. You'll start to see polycomposite shells. You know, baseline helmets are typically made of polycarbonate, or there'll be some type of plastic used on the exterior. You're going to see Kevlar, fiberglass, carbon fiber composites. Check out the shark right here. You have a carbon fiber base, extremely light, extremely strong. So let me start left to right. I'm going to walk through. You're going to see some brands that we've already talked about, but really I'm going to talk about the highest tier model helmet that you can invest in. These are $500 plus helmets that are meant for the pinnacle of motorcycle riding in extreme conditions. See us at RevZilla.com via email. 877-792-9455 via phone. We are the Gear Guys Gear Guide. We are experts at what we do. We take a geek's approach to helmets. We love technology, and we love the safety and technical factor of everything that goes into the sport of motorcycle riding. You can call us, talk to anyone on our team. They're all very knowledgeable in all of this product. We hope that this message or this video painted a big picture of what you should be thinking about as you get closer to choosing or buying a helmet. There's a lot that goes into this. It's not a simple purchase. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time on RevZilla TV. And remember, we offer free shipping, we offer free first exchange, and we give you TeamZilla cash back on up to 5% on everything over $100 on our site. If we've done a good job of filling in the blanks for you today, give us a shot to earn your business. Check us out at RevZilla.com. We'll see you next time.